When does one lose their innocence? With the stroke of a sword, or when they learn to stay silent as the blood of their loved ones mixes with the earth?
History will write of me as Hürrem Sultan, sitting on golden thrones, ruling the emperor of the world. But only I know how cold, how incredibly dark the path to that throne truly was.
Alexandra, your mother is calling you.
They called me Alexandra, the apple of her father's eye, the cheerful girl of that small, ordinary village.
Come to church after you've helped your mother, my daughter.
My world consisted only of the borders of our town and the ringing of our church bell.
I helped my mother in the kitchen for a while. Then I headed to the church to join my father.
Please sit down, my daughter.
Suddenly, hell came to our door.
Tatar soldiers attacked the village. They burned and destroyed everything.
That day, everything I had ever believed in was gone.
You killed my wife. Kill me too, but spare my daughter. Please.
I buried my family, my name, my past, and that innocent little girl inside me in that muddy soil.
In the pitch-black hold of that ship, stretching from Crimea to Istanbul, everyone around me was weeping. But I had stopped crying that night.
Sitting on those damp wooden planks, I swore I would never let my fate rest at the tip of someone else's sword. And I succeeded. In that golden cage where they brought me as a mere object, I conquered the heart of a massive empire, Suleiman. He gave me the world. Our love was not a fairy tale. It was the very essence of intellect, strategy, and the war for survival. I had children. And with each new life, I found another reason to fight. To protect them, I learned to survive in the poisoned corridors of the palace.
To rule an empire is to understand that the enemies are not only at the borders.
Just when I thought I had secured my throne, I realized the true threat was coming from a darkness no palace wall could contain.
The whispers coming from the north, from those cold lands, were steadily turning into screams.
Prince Vlad, that nobleman who was once human, had been transformed into a bloodthirsty demon by the cursed magic of Egypt. From that day on, everyone called him Dracula.
Suleiman had armies, swords, and cannons. But I knew, with the instinct of a mother, that we could not stop these demons born from the darkness with mere steel.
We needed something that transcended the limits of humanity. I was not going to feed my children and the world I had built to those monsters.
Then the masked man arrived. He told us of an ancient secret buried beneath the sands of Egypt 70 years earlier. A guardian betrayed by his own darkness, a man who had lost everything.
When I looked at him, I saw the little girl who had once lost everything in Ruthenia. Both of us had been forced to rise from our ashes. As we placed that green stone into his heart, I knew we were awakening not just a warrior, but hope itself.
I refused the ending others had written for me. Now, it is time to refuse those who seek to write the end of this world.
The world is not finished yet. Hope has awakened. Our war begins now.